Hi, everyone. Go ahead.
Well, the first thing I need to do tonight is go get some gas at a gas station I used to go to all the time when I worked up in the place. I won't say much more. What's more to say? It's just the place. Now we're in the West Bottoms. It's nighttime.
The 435 northbound to Gregory off-ramp.
I'm tuned into the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department. I haven't quite... There's so much in there. I probably should figure out how to turn off some of the additional channels it's scrolling through. But my experience with scanners before was that it wasn't always easy. This one, I guess, it's been highly recommended by somebody I know who's an expert. And I should pick his brain. I should also read the manual. Who's got time for that? I could go to either one of these fine, upstanding gas stations here. Not. I look at gas stations a little bit differently than maybe a lot of people would, or maybe not. One of the first things a gas station really has to have that's a necessity for me is a decent bathroom, decent facilities. So, you know, these aren't really gas stations, they are service stations, or what they're starting to call them on the highways now, service centers or travel centers. And you know, even on the highways, a lot of the truck stops that are converting over to being travel centers, meaning they want your money, not just the trucker's money. One of the first things they really concentrate heavily on are their bathrooms, making them almost palatial. Oh, I love that the city is opening up.
Down a shot, 9616 Lydia. 23, and 140 was getting responded 533.
Which is not the beer flu thing. Me, I don't think I've taken my antibiotics that's been prescribed to me. I'm almost out of them. I need something. I need to go see a specialist, I think. Now we're going to where we were before, Santa Fe Junction interlocking. Busiest place to watch trains in Kansas City. There's one right there. Watching a train for a while. As I was explaining to the poor lady who felt trapped in the West Bottoms because she didn't know how to get around. Maybe something less intensive like this. Oop. Oh, it's not gonna. Never mind. Download will take forever. Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we did that.
You know what? It looks like it's picked up on the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. That might be my problem. Connected. Let's try this. See if this works a little better. I'm starting to see something. Yeah. That may have fixed my problem. I don't know, we'll see. It's probably still not keeping up. It's slow. I have my doggies with me. Unfortunately, they're captive. Unfortunately, they got to get out of the house and walk around a little, so. If I wanted to, this doesn't look as pretty. That may be a little less data intensive. Or maybe not. This is just not going to work very well for me. Yeah, maybe.
On 07 Toyota, registered to Carlos.
Let's try this. See if it works.
As party at a Raytown, Missouri. Expiration October 21 and 2107.
If people are watching me, which nobody is on my, well, sometimes people talk to me and my numbers say there's nobody watching. If anybody sees this on my live stream too, that's my cell phone, which is also my hotspot. I may have to go back to turning on the, it didn't feel too hot. Turning on the air to the front defrost, which fogs up my window but also cools down my electronics. I hate spaghetti, not the food, but when all your wires make spaghetti in the car and they get all tangled up. Alright, let's see if I even sound worth a, because my mic that I'm using is pointed the other direction. Hello? Oh. It's a little ambient, but you can hear me. Now, anybody that watches this or watches the playback of this, please do me a big favor. As all creators, beg of you
Seems excited or agitated.
to like and subscribe to my stuff, because that is what makes the channels grow in a real sense. I've been reading up on Google Analytics and the Google
I'm the only car in Chilbury.
algorithm, And it makes a little more sense to me now. You know, one of the reasons why I think I'm probably not so swift in generating viewers is because I don't try to emphasize that if you enjoy any of this content, you want to see it, keep going, you have to do your part. And your part is extremely easy. It's just one click. And if you really want to be ambitious, that little bell icon, click on that. And then you get push notifications. So if you're like not doing anything and I happen to be live streaming and you're in the mood to watch it, then you know instantly when it happens because your phone will tell you.
533 shows 1023 in the area.
533 or 1023 is 21.
But at the very least, you have to support your channels. And you know what's wonderful is that there's a way that we figured the geniuses at Google have figured out a way to generate money on this stuff.
That suspect and his back of the dispatch location, 2016 Main.
Now we may not always like it, and we may not always like sitting through commercials, but that model.
She left her at Cherry.
Yeah, that scanner is going. That advertising model is very effective. It means you can get content for basically for free. All you have to do is sit through a commercial, and people can provide that content to you and be able to make a little bit doing it, make it worth their while. I know a lot of people, a lot of creators.
Information car, suspicious car, and occupant, 4516 East 9th Street. Red Ford sedan, passenger location, slowly 3 times now. Sitting as the last same SUV as last night. So shooting at 2113.
2, 3.
John Adams, 760.
4 and 5 tracks here. There's that rail fan again.
Your license responding back.
They've been at it a long time.
I mean, there's 98 pickup to a.
I think it's like a mother and son. You through here? Although it seems like
532 for the station.
9207, 1042.
9207 or 1042 at 2114.
Excuse me. I think that's like what did I just lost count. 7 tracks. Because that's actually double set of tracks there. I'm gonna keep at this because if anybody watches this playback, and anybody, especially if you know people that might appreciate this kind of content, tell them, share it. That's how you tell them. Share it on Facebook and everything. Out. Yeah, I know Facebook. They do their own thing. One of the things they like to do, which kind of disgusts me, is if you push non-Facebook content, it gets a really low priority to them. And a lot of the stuff you push only reaches maybe about 25% of your intended audience. And then they come up to you and they say, pay us money, and spread it around to the creators who create it for them. But I think they're set up in a more corporate way. You know, one of those things where when you post stuff on their page, don't quote me on this, but I suspect it's one of those deals where when you put stuff, you have technically when you put together what's called a resume tape that shows off your work and capabilities, you're supposed to ask permission before you do that. Now, it's kind of a given that no, you don't.
2117.
The permission is there. Wow, the rotisserie wall is crumbled. I wonder if that's because they're tearing it down or because somebody tore it down with their car. But you can easily get crossways with the management at a TV station if you work for them, and then you take the video. I knew a guy who was fired because they didn't like the way he was using their video, quote unquote. You know, stuff that he created and generated, but they own, because, you know, they're paying them. Fair enough, I guess. But to be honest with you, I think instead of accusing a guy of stealing and ruining his career, they should have found some other way. They should have said, hey, you might want to look for another job because you're not favored around here anymore. You've fallen from grace. Give a guy a chance. Don't just like, hey, we're looking for an excuse to get rid of you, so we're going to accuse you of theft. Alright. Oh, this place is busy. I might want to go to a less busy one. I went to the Quick Trip in Westport, and oh geez. Excuse me while you know, instead of dinging creators for copyright infringements, they should ding people who play their music too loud. I know that's impossible. That's a low rider. That's a party machine, I think.
Copy, thank you.
I think I recognize that car. I think this, I think these guys cruise around, but they're on a mission, literally a mission from God. They're like a part of some church, and they drive around in lowriders, and you get a view of it here. Now, don't quote me on that, but ooh, that's very fancy. I still don't understand the philosophy behind Hummers.
1498,
Even the name Hummer. There's a dirty bit of slang at what a Hummer is. Let's just say Bill Clinton was accused of getting a Hummer while he was in the White House. Alright. I'm gonna get gas. And maybe go in and
530 west.
I got water.
Go ahead.
I'll throw this away.
Throw
Throw that away.
Henry King X-ray for Kansas. Take a look at the one.
Go in and pee-pee. The doggies did pee-pee earlier. We had a nice walk in the West Bottoms.
There's your license responding back no loans through KOR 2008 Dodge Caliber to a Wendy Ashburn out of Wellsville, Kansas, expiration February 2022 at 2121.
Wow. I accumulate trash pretty quickly. Alrighty. You don't notice the inverter going until you turn it off.
Disregard. shots fired at Elman Park, 137.
39 Broadway.
137, two-person crew 10-7 on the sound of shots fired, call Elman Park. Third-party caller stated that they heard 32 sounds of shots in the area. Code 1 call at 2122.
120.
Copy, 2123. Five day one copy.
I'll be 10A. He got me out on a suspicious car and occupant.
Copy, show you 10-8 and go ahead. At the 100-1200 block of Palmer, 542, copy disregard. Going straight to voicemail. You want me to leave her a message? Does she need to make a report? She come walking in?
No, I'm talking to her right now. I think she was trying to call you.
Hey, I'm back. Did you miss me? I don't know why I'm wearing my mask outside. Habits are hard to break. Even ones that I don't know. I guess we did it for over a year, so I guess that's long enough to form a habit.
Just west of that location, facing eastbound. The license recalls us no 1-2 hours on a 2005 Ford Taurus.
Oh, I don't ever come here anymore. This place brings back memories.
Okay, Ivan Webb, 3067 North 33rd Street in KCK.
I'm even forgetting what I used to do every day, which is come here and park on this side. If these, what is it? If these 5 spaces here are full, then I would park on the curb over here, like a lot of the emergency vehicles would do. Quick Trip people don't yell. They've never yelled at us for that, even though we're not emergency vehicles. This Impala's kind of parked weird.
40 there's a white band, black jacket. He's carrying an orange toolbox. He's physically intoxicated.
Oh boy!
Stopping and looking inside his house in the area. It might be casing 2126.
Trip Quick is getting
1023.
some advertising here.
1023, 127, 2126.
Let's see, gallons. 13.6. Cost is up 38.85. Can't have everything, I guess. And we're supposed to have a fuel shortage coming up here, so in the summer, the price of traveling is probably going to be. I'm putting too many miles on this car. $253.3. Reset.
Nissan. Contact the female calling party. We have tires from a Cassandra Huntington with that phone number. She said an unknown male, a Walker Oliver, occupied a black Dodge Durango.
$2.79 a gallon.
On the calling party. She's pinging the 2029 Wheeling, but wouldn't give an address. So they shall meet officers at 4511 Indiana, where the male is headed, and she would call to shoot him. Code 1 at 2028.
The neighborhood, meeting for traffic stuff.
BRB.
Copy. Thanks for checking.
Yeah, we're gonna hang out in the area. Okay.
Doggy, start the car.
They thought it was coming from Melon Park, or did they say maybe a couple blocks over?
It just says in the area, nothing further.
I guess.
We have not received any other calls about it. Copy 121 Shade 10-8, back and route on the suspicious party call 2129.
Pregnancy comes normal.
Robert. North of St. John and Midland. Can you pump me a car check, possibly in reverse? I'm happy to go with information. It's a black Chevy Camaro, Missouri plate, Victor Boy 669, Paul. I copied Victor Boy 6, what was the last three? Sam 9, Paul. To a Carlos Reyes, 8733 Smartin Independence, October 22 expiration, 2131. And 128, that was Brooklyn, not Woodland. Copy 2131. Alright, today, near 71 on ramp. Not like to say locally. No ones. It's coming back on a history record from an 05 Toyota to a Wallace Vaughn party. Address is a P.O. box in our city. February 21 expiration, 2132.
Hey, where did you have that car that was north of St. John?
It's going to be in Cuthbert Park. It's not going to be released.
Alright. Yep. I was looking at you guys down there. I didn't know if that was related or not.
One 3710 then found at 10-7 on a suspicious party call, 3442 Wyoming, 2133 hours. One station, 2134.
Same traffic for 642.
Says that there are 4 dirt bikes and several ATVs that are riding through the area, 2134 hours.
So, where are the trouble spots tonight? It is hard to predict.
Bring 7 Sam from Missouri.
North Bel Air Avenue, contacting Ursula. The claim party is trying to get a red Dodge Challenger, taking a phone from the ex-husband at the location. She's waiting a few houses down, occupying a gray Jeep Renegade at 2135. Charlotte 634 at 2135. Copy, 239 straight you out.
Another country heard from.
Terrace, and we're also getting 400 East 78 for music a block and a half away.
Ruh-roh, let's go to it. Music a block and a half away. Sounds like some serious criminality going on there.
324, 326, 1023, 2136.
372 come on in, 312 up, 723. Copy. Yeah, 338, be there in about 2 minutes. Okay, I'll just wait for you, but that's just not what we think it is. No shock.
Wonder what they're looking for. Here on the boulevard. Oh, we're gonna pass by that wall again. Over on the right side of the screen. Oh, this guy's gonna cut me off with a, looks like a tiny disco tech. And there's a wall there that's crumbled.
Information lane for 320.
That looks a lot like
Avenue, loud music room. party at the location.
Car damage.
Information only for 320 and 2132.
But that would be a unique idea. Well, I guess they do it with the party buses. Well, how about a party tiny house?
White males are clothing that was on foot. White females have long hair on the heavier
He's
side.
got to watch that overhang on that roof there. He's going to rip off his fancy neon. Oh, yeah. It's a party on wheels.
Oh, yep, I'm about to go back up there right now. Give me 2 minutes.
I would open my window so we could hear it better, but then I get dinged for copyright because I'm sure that song belongs to somebody. I wonder if it's like the world's tiniest DJ in there, the world's tiniest rave. A rave on wheels. And some people think nothing ever happens in Kansas City.
Street robbery that occurred in front of 801 East Harbor.
Ruh-roh, strong arm
Female
robbery.
was robbed and assaulted at that location. She's described as a white female wearing a burgundy jacket.
Now, is the DJ in the vehicle?
By the victim and was asked to call 911 for. The female did refuse EMS. Code 1 call.
Okay, what does this say? I bet you it's like a, oh, you can't turn that very.
128, I copy.
Tasty unicorn.
139.
6-9, we're not far from that.
If you want to move your hips. Tasty unicorn. Somebody should look that up. Tasty unicorn, Kansas City. I bet you it's like a, what do you call those? Well, my friend calls them roach coaches. Ha ha ha. But what do you call those? Mobile kitchens? Well, I can't think of it. We're here in the crossroads of Kansas City. Otherwise known as the Crossroads Arts District. Anything can happen here. We could only hope. I could use some seeing of freakiness.
September 22 expiration.
We can definitely see people who aren't driving worth it, you know what. But yeah, I see some freakiness instead of like the bad stuff. I don't want to see bad stuff. Maybe just make this like a
Vibration 70 racing crew. Put outside disturbance. 87 is Oldham.
live stream about the fun to be had in Kansas City.
Old Santa Fe. It's more than a black male versus a black female. There's the female's arms were being held behind her back. There was a second black male trying to break up the fight. Code 12141.
That place is busy. It's called Up Down, which is like pinball. Up Down, I think. Up Down. Oh, maybe that's pinball or video games. I don't know. Busy.
Trying to call back. There's no answer.
Call back.
Good night. This is not first Friday.
Calling.
Alright, let's see what's happening on the east side of are you turning or what? East side of 18th Street. You're gonna turn and then stop. On into the historic Jazz District. I don't know. More easily do security.
If you're busy, I can do it.
690. Kansas City's version of the ghetto bird. And I don't mean that to be like nasty sounding or anything. Ghetto bird is a phrase that was coined by I believe Public Enemy in one of their songs. And it's just kind of meant to be more humorous. But 690 is its code, and
party known as Chocolate Black female, blue shirt, blue jeans, throwing logs at her caller's windows
Police helicopter.
and breaking them. Response code on 2145.
Chocolate is throwing logs.
Show myself.
Oh, God.
On a felony car check.
I hope she's not throwing chocolate logs.
Jackson.
Is this looks
Showing
like...
up at 1 Jackson Severe.
Oh, that's uplift.
No need to hold here. We're getting the archments out now. I have vehicles ready.
Giving food and probably other things to homeless people.
William 5 Henry, Missouri. It's Silver Shade Mountain.
God love them for doing that.
Number 21 expiration, 2146.
Speaking of entertainment districts that are being blocked off, I wonder what this is all about. Is this a permanent deal? You know, unfortunately there was a, yeah, they got it blocked off. There was a shooting that happened here not too long ago.
220 by there.
I follow everybody else. They seem to know where they're going. They're going around. You can't go through the 18th and Vine Entertainment District. Adult Entertainment District.
Missouri license, Mary Frank 5.
I don't mean that. That's, you know, again, it's drinky poo, not honk.
Blue Springs, Missouri. Shows you have a stolen out Blue Springs at 3300 Northwest Jefferson Street, 2147.
Well, maybe I
There are words that appear to be intoxicating.
can we make it? Ooh. That's a minimum. Ooh, are we going to be here a while?
Actually, stand by. Local ones at 2149.
Around here with all they're trying to lift this patience. I guess nobody loves me tonight. Woo! I had one nibble on Facebook. Good. It's lemon. Well, left a little rubber on the road there with his
Sure, driving license is revoked.
bad temper, heavy foot.
He's showing distance. And it's kind of frustrating. He immediately stop on me.
I wonder if that's a siren somewhere. I'm just listening to the KCMO Popo observances and parties. I may have
Okay,
some
go ahead.
blue. If I do, please just let me know. Hey, I didn't appreciate that. Anybody? I hear
And you can show myself as my
some of these sidewalks will have a hollow underneath them. Here we are at Mutual Musicians Foundation.
For your check around the 40 disturbance, 733, Prospect, the Shell gas
733.
station. They'll chase the caller to the location. The caller lost them. Caller person in the store wearing a white shirt and red pants. The caller did not have the description of the party or the vehicle chasing them. Caller said they're having a hard time catching their breath and refused EMS. Straight 623 and 2006. 542, 546.
Go ahead, man.
Your call's being canceled. Copy 28.
Might take it a while, but
225.
yeah, I think that's yeah, that's flowers. Hey, you idiot! You guys see what this stupid GPS is trying to make me do? I got a perfectly good city street. Arthur Bryant's barbecue smells so good.
546 would be over to the stop. 546, go ahead.
In case a lot of people aren't familiar, Kansas City, one of its claims to fame
Four-door SUV, no license plate.
is its barbecue.
And where are we going from on 435?
87 and 435, 435 northbound, disregard traffic only.
Oh, I think we have a chase. You know, if I tune in one of those other channels, please.
Disregard traffic only. Repeating information of cars, 546 out of vehicle, please to stop, 435 and 87th Street, last seen northbound at 435. A dark border SUV, unknown license information, disregard traffic only at 2158.
343.
I think they're disregarding it.
We saw originally refusing, they were never ordered to stage. Is it for breathing or?
Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
Copy, missing order to
The other day I was listening to, pay attention there. Never know when these idiots around. New cops, new recruits.
They were 2022 at 2059.
They were training him on radio edit laugh stuff for years. Things.
05005.
That's my dog.
Somebody was chasing the car.
Oh, here we are. Okay. Oh no, it's still not. We are on Prospect, right? Welcome to 7033 Prospect. I don't see any police. That's I guess that gas station back there. I didn't see anything. Relocate ourselves. There's where we are. A lot of times I go down hunting for toads tonight. I don't hunt for toads anyway. Not at least as a customer.
Of the 804 squad have that number. That was 703, and he just cleared it off the job.
vehicles northbound. About 439.
I wonder if that's that SUV that they were chasing earlier.
Yeah, let's come back when you're
Still in a hurry. Top-notch liquor. You know, there's not much that really impresses me at all about alcoholic products, but
You saw Law 334 in Rowell. Just be advised that I guess off-duty called and stated that this guy was flipping him off, trying to run him off the road, and the off-duty had to call the kids in the car.
Road rage.
Couldn't tell if he knew him from some call or anything like that.
Ahead of us. It's not 546. That's Charles Daydream. We're just going to go ahead and disregard.
there's nothing that makes it sound more cheap or cheesy than using terms like, oh, this is top-notch liquor. How about, what's the opposite? Cut rate liquors? Cut rate. Or how about, there's a liquor store here, Grand Slam Liquors. I just, not very partial to that. I don't think it's like the best. It's, you know, the occasional somebody going out to buy a 6-pack or whatever, a beer, or 12-pack, 24-pack, or, you know, and it sits in their fridge and they drink it, you know, like have a beer, like my mother would do when she'd come home from work. She'd have a beer to unwind. So, you know, like a 24-pack of beer would
We have cars on disturbance today.
last your 24 days.
First time shot, 69.
Strange or anything by any long stretch of the imagination. Don't expect me to be like old people. As if I can finish a thought, don't expect me to be very fond of like anything to do with alcohol. I guess I'm a drinker, or not a drinker. I'm a drinker. Yeah, I'm drinking now. I'm drinking tea, lemonade tea. Soda is as hard as it gets for me, and I drink too much of that. I do drink diet soda, but they say that's not much better for you. This is one of the prettiest streets in the city, Delaware.
On 3 your radio.
Okay, we're coming up on what is it? I think is this a Hard Luck coffee shop up here? It's like there's been a bazillion coffee houses.
Female, and she's not supposed to be there. She's currently in her yard. Come with response 2208.
I don't know what this guy is doing. Yeah, I think this one right here is no longer in business. Probably beerfluenza took it out, but I don't know. This trolley right here, I need to stop here sometime. It serves coffee. And there's another one in the farmers market, but they keep farmers market hours. It's like up with the roosters and down with the sun. Now, having, I've not ever been raised as a farm kid or anything, but having spent some time in the Philippines, I know when roosters crow, they start crowing at about 4:30 in the morning. Annoying little buggers. Hey, streetcar. What is it? Left turn, left turn, left turn. How embarrassing. I wonder if the streetcar has a little alarm inside it. It goes ding ding. Your blinker is blinking, has been blinking for the past hour. Oops. Left turn, left turn, left turn, left turn. Went through there.
144 is a violation.
Yes, this is downtown KCMO. Oh, I'm passing through another party district. I should check that out too. It's where all the tourists are partying.
On a violation 400 Brooklyn.
People are doing the Macaulay Culkin. What? Kansas City has tourists? With both hands on your cheeks. That look of horror. Oops. Yes. That look of befuddlement. Kansas City does have tourists. I think it would just be fine. Streetcar etiquette. When it stops, it stops. Which for where you, even though you have a green light, don't go. Wow! Somebody almost got nailed by a streetcar. Days, as I was saying, my hours are normally overnights.
In like 3829, 3827, towards the back, but
wow, somebody's driving a big old RV through the middle of Facebook. People can chat on this. Wow. I don't know if it's true anymore because the car talk guys have been long gone. The road rage machine was a Volkswagen Jetta. I haven't seen that around here. Usually it's a very typical machine. They're Range Rovers and Lane Rovers. The funny thing to me is that usually when I see them doing something egregious, like road rage type stuff or tailgating or being very aggressive drivers, it's usually almost always a blonde-headed woman, and she usually has, it's like typical soccer mom with kids in the car, and it's not enough that you're being road raged on or you're seeing somebody just like aggressively driving through traffic and nearly causing wrecks, but it's the idea that she has your kids in the car while she's doing it. Oh, and the phone permanently attached to her ear. And
Uninsured has access to a weapon. Responsible 1 2017.
typical stuff. And then, you know, the big old, I call them boogan buggies. The big...
James A. Reed, vehicle is eastbound, high rate of speed, blacked out occupant. Creating information to cars. 546 vehicle failed to stop. 87 and James A. Reed, vehicle is eastbound at high rate of speed, blacked out occupant, notified right now. That's 517.
Somebody else avoiding the cops, probably driving a stolen car. But, you know, the boogan buggies, as I was saying, the big old lifted trucks with the studded off-road tires, and they look incredibly hard to drive and incredibly uncomfortable, and that's probably the point. Look at me, I'm macho. Like, bump into the curb? Jeez. I like driving up and down Mean Street, but I think I need to tell my wife to avoid it. It can be confusing. I saw a wrong way driver. I almost became one earlier. I caught it on my live stream, actually. It was, for whatever reason, it was very confusing. Right up here, I think. I'm like, are they doing an experiment? Where's my cheese? Yeah, right here. I think. Yeah. No. See how confusing it is? It's that gap right there. All right. There's a sign saying, "Keep right." The sign wasn't there before. They will play it back. Oh, you're wrong. You idiot. That sign was there. Yeah. This city loves steel plates. I miss the Mayor Funkhauser. Yes, you heard that right. I liked it when he got rid of all the steel plates in the city. What I did before. I got into that lane bus and then nobody wanted to let me over. Gates. It's like the second time man, I can use one of those big lifted boogan buggies.
Charger 1 on Missouri license X-ray Edward 0 at a 9.
Portion entrance ramp 71 to Meyer. 31 through Log Tennessee corridor to a Tennessee branch out of Independence Expiration.
I'm kind of doing a tour of all the adult entertainment hotspots. If I were really dedicated and serious about this, like if I could ever make some money doing this, I would stay up all night doing it and get it during the witching hour. When, as the police would like to say, the knife and gun club comes out, which is when the bars all shut down. To me, that's an argument that they should keep bars open all the time. I don't like that time when everybody rushes home, drunk, stupid, they still want to party, they're all pissed off because they've just been kicked out of the bar and they're trying to pick up on something. And they didn't get what they wanted, so they're disappointed. And they still want to party and drink, and I think New Orleans kind of has it right. Don't shut down the bars. No reason for that. Oh, but tomorrow is Sunday. You have to shut down the bar so people can make it to church. I'm like, you know what? The people who drink generally don't go to church. Now, I'm going to say an inappropriate joke. June, but I don't know if they've been doing that lately because of the beerfluenza epidemic. But Now I think they're gonna start shutting the streets down. Another country heard from. Westport Cafe. Is that a restaurant? Because it looks like a bar. I don't know. It could be a restaurant. Looks kind of high dollar. Oh, that scared me.
99178.
Oh, here's a little story about the clothes. That's so funny. Listeners, many places where people party, but ladies are not super well dressed. Talk about naked people. Okay, let's get back to this story about naked people. Why you shouldn't laugh when you hear the call go out of a naked person running down the street or something. And the reason why, and I only know this because we did a story on this. We went to the police lab and they talked about drugs. And there's there's a really bad drug out here that they have to go out. In fact, I think part of the story was that they have antidote kits for police officers in case they get. It's almost along the lines of you have to be contaminated. Apparently, when I go under in surgery, I am an angry. I don't know what you would call it, angry patient. I'm a waker. Apparently, when I was in surgery, I woke up in the middle of it and started thrashing and screaming. I've only been in surgery once, so.
Kia, Rio, Missouri, plate, George Edward 5, 0 George, handicap outside 1.
I just realized I'm kind of going the wrong way. I don't like the way
you have it.
these streets access the plaza. There is one bored police officer right there. Not much happens in, what is this, Westwood? Hear me and decide to light me up. LED lights in it. Yep, that's not a Darth Vader mobile either. I hate when there's a neon on something like gives you hope, company. I'm a people watcher, and that's because I like people watching. Oh, you're one of those weirdos, huh? I don't know if to bring a book into a bar. It would be the kind of bar where people might appreciate that. But no, bringing a book into a bar is not advisable because the lighting is really crappy. You could really destroy your eyesight by doing that. Alright, now we're coming into the plaza. These are some of the richest neighborhoods in Kansas City, by the way. There's you know, you almost need a Rolls Royce to come through here. They might tow you in your junky car, and that's while you're still driving. You might have a tow truck come whip around and as fast and efficient as we saw that one tow truck driver earlier today or something. Throw a hook on him. Oh, there's a Uber.
Refusing to leave his name and not wanting to be contacted. Howard Valley Street back stating that he heard 610-4. So whenever you're ready at 2239.
There's our Beamer driving a little odd.
Hey, to a Jennifer party.
responding to? I think it's a disturbance. Oh, there's an older Mercedes.
Absolutely.
Diesel Mercedes. That's a tank and a half. Those things will drive forever. You know, when the apocalypse comes, the only things left alive will be cockroaches and diesel Mercedes. I can already get that vibe. Nothing's happening in the plaza, especially well, I guess that's summer months too, and they probably suspended it for the beerfluenza epidemic. But they've had this, if you're not over 18, you can't be here, curfew. Here in the plaza. Oh, I don't know. Oh, down Irish bar. I better get a move on.
When you get 640, so you will have more rush in the building. It's about 20.
That Chevrolet is not going to stop for anything. Boy, that's a happening corner there.
No, I called it back.
A lot of Kent Brockman is saying. Did he say doing tricks?
And now they can see me and they're running.
Those
Reported at Field.
Avenue, Bellefontaine. We engaged 9 rounds in the air. We also received 9 rounds. Northern 5 zone. Code 1 response 22.
rootin' tootin', somebody shooting. Sounds like northeast. God, I hope I don't get gigged by all of
Sorry, go ahead.
Chief on dispatch.
There's that party car again with the blue LED lights. I wonder how LED lights would work in a car if it would be as blinding as like.
Reported weather disturbance. Party armed with a handgun. 3727 Independence Avenue. 326.
St. John of Harvey.
St. John Harsey, 107-326, reported weapons disturbance, party armed with a handgun. 3727 Independence Avenue, Taco Place. Black male wearing a jean jacket inside the location with a gun and being belligerent. Respond code 12245.
Northeast area, just that.
900 Andrews Road.
Do that.
Copy in.
This experiment they're doing
Trying
on
to get a hot traffic and slowing down the response on the silver car. I believe it's Missouri Tag, X-ray David 1, or X-ray Nora 3, X-ray 1 David, or something like that.
West.
Copy.
Now,
On front of them, we'll pull out front, Independence Van Brunt, silver car, Missouri Tag, X-ray Nora 3, X-ray 1 Dave. 2248.
sounds like there's a lot of cops in the northeast. I think that's where we're going to next. And then, you know, what time is it? Yeah, then I think it'd be time to meander back home. I can't be out past too much past midnight. It's too bad, you know.
784.
If this is any entertainment value to anyone out there, then you gotta support this channel.
Dispatched a call for service out at Knuckleheads Bar.
Uh-oh.
I'm showing you the call. I'm really close to there.
Lights and probably won't. Oh, there goes a motorcycle.
Shop.
I was gonna say, I could turn right on red here, but I don't think I could do it because there's so much traffic. Look at all the cars lined up.
223A, can you come let me in?
Lined up to get into Chessport. So they can have sport with somebody's chest. Bad joke. Bad joke. Be it from me to cast aspersions on the city where I live. But I was just thinking about, again, there's a song called Kansas City, and the words go like, I'm going to Kansas City, here I come. They got these crazy little women, and I'm going to get me one. All right. So if we know about blue music. Now, I'm not talking about the blues. I'm talking about blue music. Music that could not be played on the radio stations way back when. 30s, 40s, 50s. Because the subject matter was too blue. Usually sexual innuendo or just outright saying. Nowadays, you know, pop music, that's just pretty explicit. But way back when, you couldn't say a lot of things on the radio. So I believe Kansas City is one of those because, unfortunately, 12th Street and Vine was pretty much in the pocket of the political security guard. Is essentially a song. Town topic. Looks busy tonight, and there's people in. Are there people inside? Or are they still under the beerfluenza? It's a tiny place, so I think they were not allowed to have people inside.
The southwesting westbound 45 for sale, 10 Chevy Impala, traffic charges, they've disregarded 2256.
Yep.
142.
Chevy Impala, running from the cops. Naughty, naughty. Now, they try to be very, very cautious about it, and so that caution translates into not much speed.
9192, 1042.
9192.
Be glad you don't have smell-o-vision. This car ahead of me has bad rings. It's like my luck. There'll be something that will happen around midnight, and I'll have to choose between trying to get video of it or not. Because when you get video of these crime scenes, oftentimes you like to try and get sound, which usually means you get sound from the police department. Well, let's just say the police department, the people who would give you that sound don't like to come out after midnight on a weekend. Now, the Kansas City Police Department is great, actually. Professional.
0616 East 42nd Street, Apartment I is an Ida, 3360, copy your disregard.
Crew of public information officers are pretty open.
2259.
They share with the media information that, you know, I've seen it where there's other departments who shall be named, I won't say it,
1042.
where their public information officers have been let's just say less than grand. And yeah, they just say there was a homicide, and that's all we can tell you. I don't like.
You on the 10 checking the cars.
No, sure, Chedlock. We've been standing here looking at your yellow police tape and blinky lights, and because we wanted to do it for our health. No, duh. And they were killed by somebody else. That much we do know. So don't come out here after like making us wait all night just to find out that all you're going to tell us is what's blindingly obvious. If they came out at all to talk. Which is a shame, because it's an opportunity. Whatever information they could share, they should share. Not to be...
Last name, King Adam North.
Can about what you can. Police departments have been... okay, whatever.
Purchase spaces for violence.
Whatever.
Assault and simple assault. Also has one through Boone County, Columbia, Missouri. Disregard that second one. Boone County is not him.
Alright, anybody coming?
DOR,
Nope, I got a green light. I don't have to worry about anybody clobbering me from the left.
Is there another car that can respond with the officers on a group of 30 to 40 parties fighting in the street?
Now, why do we call it the boulevard like that? It's sort of notorious. Actually, it's a very multicultural street, and
I copy.
it's where a lot of people get their start in business. A lot of people have started businesses there, and by there I mean Independence Avenue.
200
And you know, they raised their families, family-owned, operated businesses. Unfortunately,
143, 10-8, 10-7 with the officers, 2304.
it's a very tough urban street that's been... its heyday was probably sometime in the 40s and 50s. Since then, let's just say that the rent hasn't been too high on that street, which is why a lot of people get their start there. And, you know, with hard work, determination, all that other stuff, they are able to start a business, grow it, and then move out of the area, you know, move up and on. But being a tough urban street, it's known for one main thing, and that is prostitution. And so we got the late night bars in droves. We just don't have the late night. And, you know, speaking of late night places, still, like, if you go to Lawrence, Kansas, they have curtailed hours for the bars. And that's because something the CDC was saying that, hey,
144 and the wheel was going up to 5th Truce, I think it was, or 1023.
a lot of the spread of the beer flu was being caused by people in close quarters, hanging out, making poor life choice thing. If you close the bars early, and I think they did that in some places around Kansas City. Too many people gathering in bars, and you know, maybe have outdoor areas. I hear sirens. I wonder where that's coming from. But it seems to me like Kansas City didn't really have, where they massively shut down their. It's close. Wow. Where's he going? Like, come on, you got a police scanner, you should know. And there's more of them. comes on the highway. Coming down the ramp. He'll be coming down. I just made it to the avenue or boulevard too. What? What are you barking at, Stella? Oh. Didn't go down the avenue. Where are they going? What are you barking at? You made me jump, Stella. You made me jump. My radio gone silent. Heck of a job on that guarding there, dogs.
She has 636, church on 2310.
34 is 10-8 and shows 1023 is 636.
Oh, there's that.
Brooklyn. Regarding the black belt, wearing a white shirt, blue jeans, carrying a fanny pack, also has black shoes on. The party is reportedly armed with a giant piece of glass according to the car that he has in his hand. He's at the bus stop.
A giant piece of what?
Two 2person 10-7 on reported disturbance involving EDP 5270 Spruce. Contact Roberta. Her daughter's fighting with her brother, broke a mirror, and took off out the front door. Northbound Spruce Road to shopping center, Blue Parkway. Care, 14 years of age, 185, wearing a gray shirt, orange shorts, and black sandals by the name of Athena Perez. That's her copy. Prowler, 2425 Northeast 15 at Red Rocks. Reporting to a third party, the calling party stated she was driving to work and there was a white male in black clothing. One had a backpack and they were trying to get in the Southside entrance. Response code 1 at 2312.
Well, I don't know where all the popo went. They were certainly in a hurry, and there was a bunch of them.
And the accidentals.
Copy, thank you, 2312. Let's 21 straight, 1023, and go ahead.
I'm certainly not hearing them on the scanner, which makes me wonder if they're on one of these other channels.
Registered to a Dominic Parker, 2330 Monroe, expiration April 22 at 2312.
Hopefully walking at ID Chipotle and this. Respond on the speed 23.
Those
Outside. Respond code 1 at 2313.
that's Popo right there. Whatever they were chasing after must be not happening.
547.
They look like they're looking for something too.
From the left.
547, 551. Red Virgin RV on Krazy in dark colors for Mustang.
Just by the way,
Past the caller's house and currently parked 2314.
he was stopped at that light and was kind of like at the stop sign.
Pulling to the residence. No injuries. Yeah, thanks.
Something has happened here, maybe in Columbus Park, or somebody come into Columbus Park from somewhere. I didn't catch it. I think they're on the hunt for somebody. And
9119 is 1042 at 2315.
you know, it's corner. And all that stuff was going down. So I wonder.
Also at 91 in Wallace for 6 shots. 201, 530 each copy.
6 shots. Yep.
530 here, get that.
There's another police.
Shots fired into a house. The one hit a house at 8500 East 91st and 541 come out.
8500 East 91st. So I get to pull the, what is it, Lassie? Did you see something?
We're getting a noise disturbance at 99 Hold. Loud music.
Loud music. Want their friends to hear their music, but do their friends have to live 30 miles away?
I'm just northbound through Truman in Indiana. Still high place speed. Looks like it's like the 5 right square mile.
This is a ridiculously long light. One thing you can say about the boulevard, it is very well patrolled by the police. Part of that is because they have been deliberately trying to cut down on a lot of the nefarious activity that's been going on down here. And I want to give kudos to a community that's moved into this area in the past, 15 years or so, and that's the Somalians. They have definitely come in here, and here on the right, it's got a whole bunch of around them, so they keep their eyes and ears.
Challenger, Adam at 58, goes up to 5. We're about to turn southbound on the whole, or on the traffic way from 31st. Over.
Now, strip.
Repeating information personal and traffic there.
So anyway, these gentlemen who will be standing on the corner. Now, many of them may be selling other things, but I think a lot of them are selling sexual services, not their own those lines. And the crappy thing about that, I've said that, and a lot of their are taking place to try it. am I going to try to do? And I just changed. I'll be able.
609 East 92nd Street in regard to Special 6.
And Kelly.
753, you're at a 7 guard. About 3 after right.
Be in the right, or do I need to be in the left? Hi, Jimmy. You're getting restless. Love it when people be cutting you off, road rage, and weaving through traffic and everything. Just like he's pulling the granny move there. He turned his blinker off. And a friend of mine bought at an auto auction. Let's shut some of these windows here. A lowrider pickup truck like that. And they said that was the worst truck. They had to drive really slow everywhere. They bottom out on everything. Yeah, there's been a few car chases tonight, but they've all terminated, meaning that the police have decided it is not worth the risk to public safety to keep chasing after people.
1042, 9146, and 2331 there.
There's an accident somewhere. It's a non-injury accident. Alrighty. We're taking 210. Maybe I should turn on North Kansas City and see what they're up to, but yeah, they I can tell you generally what they're up to is you hardly ever hear from them, although they can get busy. Okay, I know how to get out of that. Why does it do that? I can't see this thing in the dark. Alright, I've gone back to normal mode, so you won't hear so much yammering from Kansas City, Missouri Police Department. I need to figure out how to try and lock out I need to lock out temporarily when I'm listening to one thing or another. I need to lock out, like you know, I don't need it to scan through Leavenworth County, Johnson County, Missouri, or Douglas County. But I would love to hear, you know, the sheriff, Clay County, and Jackson County, mostly the Johnson County, Kansas, and Wyandotte County. You know, the police and the emergency EMS, you know, stuff. So I have to sit down and figure out how I can, unless I really need to hear from Douglas County. It's not that, I think it would be kind of moot anyway to have Douglas County on and Leavenworth County, because unless I'm actually close by those counties, I won't hear that stuff anyway.
From northbound I-29, Missouri, Edward 05, Frank 1 George.
And I don't know why I got Johnson County, Missouri on there. I should have got Cass County. That's silly of me to, I guess because I'm emotionally tied and bound to Johnson County, Missouri, because I went to college there.
5076.
But it's so far out, and as from what I understand, they don't hardly talk anyway, and they don't have much to say. I mean, not like, you know, there's going to be a big Warrensburg crime spree. Biggest thing that usually happens in Warrensburg is like drunk college students. Frat party gets out of control. There's our North Kansas City Police.
Yep.
With a little speed trap. The North Kansas City Police. It might be, I don't know. Does Avondale have a police department? My poor, we walked in the West Bottoms, and that was fun. But yeah, this part here, you can hear Jimmy over there kind of snoring. That weird heavy breath food, Jimmy. All right, so nobody loves me tonight.
Traffic charges.
It's actually more like a TV show. Now, you know, about driving around various things. Oh, and you have this overall theme and slideshow. And then, you know,
Traffic charges.
Lincoln Charles 5, Lincoln 30. They're 4 just getting killed in the vehicle. They're extremely intoxicated, left and eastbound.
but I have this channel, I have the Boorish Redundant channel, I have Travel America's Backroads channel, but then you can camping or RVing or anything else like that. Their show.
2311.
And he does really well with it. His show is all about true crime stuff, mostly, you know, being super successful at it, but I think, and then, you know,
13, Medic 35, Squad 51, 14940 East US 40 Highway on the call. 84.
Somebody fell. I hope it's not my sister. I think I've kind of said my piece for now on that. I wish that a channel, and then, you know, you have shows within the channel. Pollinate your different shows, different show ideas. stupid jokes all night.
Washington, out of Marshalltown, Iowa, expiration of 12/21.
Let's see, I don't know how many miles I've driven. Not as many as it seems. But it's been exciting. Hopefully, maybe some people have watched and are just being silent. I don't know. Maybe I need to tweak my my descriptions a little better, that people know how to find it. Because, you know, that algorithm is like, it's a bitch. When I get home, there'll be a big, you know, like I say, not really get paid to do this.
Hey, Glenn, 54 responding.
I don't know how, you know, it may be an intermittent, you know, Friday and Saturday nights, we're getting ready to plan some trips, especially with summer coming, you know, camping trips and whatever. So it'll be kind of spotty. That's what you need to say when you're trying to establish an audience. Well, yeah, I won't be doing this habitually enough regular where you can know where to find it and I can build an audience. I don't know. But anyway, if anybody was watching, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It would help out tremendously. And I gotta say,
2347